I have a weird question to ask you though, Wade.
What is it?
Is the ocean a soup?
Why the fuck would you ask me that?
It's an honest question. Is the ocean a soup?
It's not, because you can't eat it.
But it's got protein in it with fish. It's got vegetables in it with seaweed, and it's seasoned with salt. Like, it's a soup.
There's no noodles though.
Noodles don't have to have soup. Soup don't have to have noodles.
Noodles don't have to have soup. But no, it's not a soup.
Are you Fujiyama?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm a cop.
Today on our show, whatever the hell this thing is called, we're going to talk about the seminal film Samurai Cop.
Wade's best bad movie of all time.
One of my favorite movies ever made.
One of your favorite movies. All right, let's talk about this piece of shit.
It's not a piece of shit. It's amazing.
Wade may talk. Are you talking about the second one too? Or are we just talking about the first one?
I might mention the second one just briefly. The second one's honestly not worth talking about. I have the second one on Blu-ray though.
I have not seen the second one. I've seen the first one, but it was like 3 years ago, so my memory will be a little hazy on.
Yeah, I know. I've had this Blu-ray for like fucking ever.
I know, and you brought it to my house that one day. You're like, "We're fucking watching this.
We're watching this fucking shit."
And I was like, "Okay, there's a scene engraved in my memory, and we'll get there." And you already know this fucking scene.
I want to know your thoughts on Samurai Cop first.
It's not an okay film. It's a bad film, but
it's a pretty okay movie.
No, it's not an okay movie. It's a bad movie, but it has enjoyable elements. For one, it's a fucking porno. For one,
well, I mean, the second one's like a flat out porno. This one's has porno elements in it. Yeah.
Yes, and it's got some okay characters that I like. The captain, he's cool. I like the black guy buddy. I think he's cool. I don't know if Samurai Cop's considered cool, but I guess I like his hair.
The idea of him is cool. He doesn't really do much.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't remind me of a samurai at all either.
What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword. It's my fucking favorite line in the entire movie. I fucking love it.
Oh my gosh, yes. What are your thoughts on this movie? Because I know you praise this movie to all hell.
I mean, it's a bad movie. It's not. I'm not defending this. Oh, this is fucking art, man. This is a shit piece of shit movie.
Every movie is art, Wade. Every movie is art.
I guess, but this is just bad art. But I love watching movies like The Room or Miami Connection or like Deadly Prey and stuff, where it's like somebody just had an idea. They just didn't have any fucking idea how to execute that idea on screen. And seeing Samurai Cop is one of the best of those type of movies where it's just like the director Amir Shervan he was just totally incompetent and had no fucking idea what the hell he was doing. And that shows in the writing and in the editing and in the color correction, because the color correction is different in every goddamn shot, and the acting and just everything about it. It really, and I can kind of appreciate it as someone who like makes stuff and who has like made short films and stuff. Like, I know how hard it is to make a movie. It's fucking difficult, but especially when you don't know what the hell you're doing. And so I can kind of appreciate it, but it's also a piece of shit. So it can go fuck itself.
He's also probably a one-man crew, to be honest, for this movie. Like, I
haven't heard. I've seen like interviews and stuff. I haven't heard anyone say that he had like a major crew or if it was just him. I assume that maybe he had like a couple people on the crew. I don't know.
I'm sure he had a couple people, but I'm sure he did a lot of the work too, because it was his vision.
He wrote it, he directed it, he fucking edited it.
Yeah, like it was his vision.
He pulled a Ben Affleck.
Movies like this and the other movie we're going to talk about make me want to go out and make a movie, because I'm just like, I could do better than that. That's how I feel. But
we could totally do better than this.
I don't know if I actually could, but it just makes me want to go try because I'm like, I feel like
Oh, we could do way better than we could, because the thing I like about Samurai Cop, one of the things I like about Samurai Cop is the fact that the idea of it is really cool. And I think if you took if you got a competent director like Richard Donner, who directed the Lethal Weapon movies, and you had someone who knew how to use that formula and execute that formula, this could be a cool fucking movie. Like having a normal cop team up with like a samurai and they like go do shit and it's like a goofy buddy movie. That sounds fucking awesome. That's a cool idea for like a buddy cop movie. It's just done poorly.
Give Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my god. I guarantee you Quentin Tarantino has seen this fucking movie.
I'm sure he has.
He probably loves it.
When did this movie come out? Did it come out in the 90s? If it didn't,
1991.
I was gonna say it feels very much like a 90s movie.
Yeah, it was shot. They started shooting it in 1990 in the summer, and then they finished it in I think January of 1991.
What is some of your favorite scenes in this?
There's the Japanese sword thing. I fucking love that. Just his delivery and just how stupid that fucking line is. I love the Mark Frazier, the black cop, Frank Washington in the movie.
Yeah.
I love he in this movie is like a fucking gem, because his like that one scene when Samurai Cop is hitting on the nurse and he's just looking at the camera and he's like or just like having the oddest fucking reactions. And then there's that one moment where they're like going into somebody's house and Samurai Cop like jumps over the fence and he goes under, and then Samurai Cop's like, "Why'd you go under?" "Because I'm an undercover cop," and then looks right at the fucking camera.
Do you consider this movie self-aware, or?
I think because Mark Frazier has talked about this on commentary tracks and in interviews and stuff. He, when making it, kind of thought it was supposed to be self-aware. So that's why he would look at the camera, and that's why he did all the goofy fucking reactions and shit, because he thought it was supposed to be kind of a goofy parody, but it wasn't. It was supposed to be a real movie.
This is a movie where I feel like it's a Sharknado effect, where it was intended to be a good movie, but it turned into a bad movie, so they just played on the bad.
Well, I don't think because this movie didn't really get seen until like the early 2000s. This movie was like a lost thing for a long time. Never got
traction until later.
Yeah, until I think Red Letter Media talked about it, and then that's when it started to kind of pick up traction, and everyone was like, "Holy fuck, this movie's awful." But I don't think like I don't think Amir Shervan, if he was still alive, I don't think he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't think he'd pull a Tommy Wiseau and was like, "Oh, I intended to make a bad movie." I think he'd be like, "No, this is a fucking great movie. What the hell are y'all talking about?
This is what I wanted to make, guys."
Yeah, this is art.
Don't shit on my vision.
Yeah.
How does it compare to Samurai Cop 2 though?
Well, I mean, Samurai Cop 2 definitely like leans in on the badness, where it clearly is trying to be a bad movie, and I fucking hate that. I hate when like a filmmaker tries to capitalize on a bad movie that came out and was like, "Oh, hey, look, this movie's just as bad," but they're like self-aware about it. And there's tons of fan service that it's fun fan service, and there's some fun jokes and callbacks to the other movie. It almost kind of feels like a reunion episode of like a TV show, but everyone's like old and gross. It's nowhere near as good though.
Come out.
I think 2015. Yeah, 2015.
So almost 20 years later or something like that.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great time to pull the sequel out. It's 20 years later.
Yeah. Well, they put the sequel out because originally they thought Matt Hannon, who played the Samurai Cop, was dead, and they were already going to do a Samurai Cop 2, because I think the Blu-ray had just came out, and the Blu-ray like sold like gangbusters. Everyone was like, "Fucking hey, I gotta check this out." And because of that, they were like, "Hey, why don't we like bring back Mark Frazier and make a sequel?" And then they found out that, oh shit, Matt Hannon's alive. So let's fucking get his ass in this movie. And
why did they think he was dead?
I think just because he disappeared and he changed his name and everything, so I think everyone just assumed he was dead.
Did he know that like his movie was gaining traction like that? Or
yeah, he's talked about it. He talked about how like it had some kind of resurgence on YouTube. Like he saw a couple clips of it online, and he said for the longest time he had the only copy, and then I guess somebody had a spare copy, and it they had like a DVD release of it, and it started to get out. And he posted a video, I think, before the Blu-ray came out, before everyone thought, everyone knew he was alive. He posted a video and was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm still alive," and Samurai Cop's a fucking stupid film. And then that was kind of the thing where, yeah, he's talked about it all the time on the commentaries and stuff. He's just like, this movie's so fucking dumb. Like,
has he done anything else? I don't know.
He was in one other movie that no one's ever fucking seen.
It's a great career to have, just Samurai Cop 1 and 2, and then another movie.
Well, I mean, he works. He's not an actor anymore.
Well, I know, but like that's just a great career to have.
And he was Stallone's bodyguard for like a couple years.
Hey, that's better on your resume than Samurai Cop.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to talk about that fucking scene that I've already discussed with you a little bit that you say is iconic.
It's iconic at this point.
It pisses me off so fucking much. But there's a scene where I think it's the lady cop. I think that's who it is in a helicopter. And the main guy, I don't know his name. What's his name?
Samurai Cop?
Yeah, what's his name?
Joe Briggs.
Joe
Marshall. I was thinking of somebody else.
Joe Marshall is on the fucking ground, and they're talking to each other, and the helicopter's in the air, spinning, and they don't have a microphone on or anything, and they're just talking normally to each other. Well, no,
she has a microphone. He doesn't.
But he does it, and he's just looking up, talking to her, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
You just keep it warm.
Yeah, it just takes me out of it so much. I didn't even listen to the dialogue they were saying because I was just like, this cannot physically fucking happen.
I just want to start saying, like, you just keep it warm. That's just like a cool like catchphrase thing. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but
it also sounds super creepy at the same time.
It really does.
I don't remember, how was the action in this movie? I don't remember the action scenes too much.
Why are you asking me that as if the action is good?
Like, was it decent for that kind of film, or was it like
not at all
bad?
Not at all. There's one point towards the end when there's this shootout and there's this big like fat black guy and he gets shot and he's holding a shotgun and he's just like,
oh, I remember,
he's not reacting, and then he's like pointing the shotgun like really poorly, and then he gets shot again and he just like twirls off camera. The action's fucking terrible, Devin, just like everything else in the movie.
Oh, I remember that black guy.
And then the one samurai fight in the movie is sped up because they didn't have time to like learn any choreography, so they were just clanging swords together.
Do you think there were any reshoots in this movie at all?
Oh, there were. All the scenes where Matt Hannon is clearly wearing a wig were reshoots.
Why?
Because he apparently he went in. According to him, he said that he thought the filming was done, it was wrapped, and then he went in to get the tape, the finished tape, and then Amir Shervan, the director, was like, what the fuck? Because he cut his hair. And he was like, what the fuck? We still have like 27 more scenes to shoot. What the hell? And then Matt Hannon was like, well, I thought it was done. So they went to go get a wig somewhere. Then they finished a bunch of shit.
This poor film was doomed from the beginning. How much?
It was, but it's so good.
Does this have a budget of like $10?
I probably didn't have a budget at all.
What else happens in this movie? Is there? I don't know. I can't remember at all.
I mean, not a lot. It's Samurai Cop and Frank Washington. They have to stop like a drug lord, an Asian drug lord called Fujiyama, which they don't. That was I think like a mistake that Matt Hannon made. But in the second one, that character comes back even though he was shot to death in the first one. What? And they name him Fujiyama in the second one, so that's canon.
That sounds kind of racist, but
it is definitely. Yes.
It also sounds
this
like a
whole movie's racist. Fucking Robert Zadar, who's not an Asian, plays an Asian.
Why did they not? Could they not find an Asian person to play?
I guess not. They couldn't. You're telling me they couldn't find an Asian person to play that guy? They couldn't find an Asian to play fucking Samurai Cop.
That's true. It's a white guy.
Exactly.
I mean,
he's supposed to be like the greatest samurai like ever.
And he only has one sword fight.
He has one sword fight, and it's terrible.
I honestly didn't know why it was called Samurai Cop, because the whole time I'm like, they're just fucking shooting people.
Because he's a samurai, man.
That's all. I mean, he's a modern day samurai. He's just shooting people.
I guess.
Oh my gosh, this movie. I do remember that fence scene when you mentioned that. I remember that was stupid. Um, I remember there was a sex scene in the middle.
Oh, there's like tons of them. There's like 3
Yeah.
or 4.
It was just random. It just came out of nowhere.
And they're all really awkward. And I remember Matt Hannon, when I think Samurai Cop 2 was coming out, they had like a screener for Samurai Cop 1, and somebody asked him about the sex scenes, and he was like, they were real uncomfortable to shoot because Amir Shervan would sit like at the foot of the bed with his camera and just be like, oh, more, like a fucking pervert.
That's the only reason he made the movies to do.
I'm sure. Yeah, totally.
He didn't make it in the porn industry, so he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a movie.
He probably intended to make this a porn.
Probably. This movie is not good though.
It's not, but it's great.
Like, would you recommend it to people? You recommended it to me. So
if you like piece of shit movies and you like having fun and laughing at it, then yeah, because that's what we did basically, and we had a lot of fun watching this piece of shit.
I would suggest watching this, but with friends. I would not watch it.
This is a party movie. This is a movie you put on, you pop some popcorn, you have some friends over, and you just fucking laugh at it.
That's what me and you do. We'll pop in a bad movie and just shit on it. That's what
definitely.
The whole movie.
I mean, I've seen this at home, like by myself, and I still find it entertaining. But it's not meant for that.
You're also a weird person. So.
I am.
Is this a B movie? Is it classified as a B movie?
This would be a B movie.
It's not like a C movie.
But this isn't. No, it's a B movie. It's just a bad B movie.
It's a bad B movie. Is it like one of the worst films ever made?
No, not by a long shot. There's far like when people talk about The Room, they're like, "Oh, it's the worst movie ever made." I'm like, y'all need to fucking watch some more movies, all right? There's some movies from like the 50s that are like unwatchable. Like when we watched those old like 50s horror movies like Bride of the Gorilla and like Attack of the Giant Leeches.
Oh yeah,
those are bad fucking movies. Those are not like Attack of the Giant Leeches. I've since rewatched. That's not even like a watchable movie.
I remember when we watched the gorilla one, we were just like, "Where's the fucking gorilla? They're gonna show the gorilla." That's the whole reason we watched it, is to see the gorilla scene.
And they didn't even fucking show it. Or
they showed it. They showed like glimpses of it.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're right. But those movies were probably good back in the day.
No, they weren't. I guarantee you, people looked at this and was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know. Let's make a time machine and go ask people in the 50s. I'm sure they.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Some people probably never heard of them. What are you talking about?
The fuck are you talking about? The hell's a movie?
You mean a talkie?
But I would say that a talkie. I would say that this is one of the best good movies of all time.
It's one of the best bad movies of all time.
One of the best bad good movies.
Up there with The Room.
Bad movies, whatever. Yes, I would honestly say that this is a little bit more entertaining than The Room, because at least this has like some like fun to it. The Room is just kind of like, The Room's fun. It's fun to laugh at or whatever, but if The Room didn't have Tommy Wiseau, it would be a fucking mess. Because Tommy Wiseau is the saving grace of The Room.
Yeah.
And he's also in Samurai Cop 2, and he's also the best part of Samurai Cop 2.
But I believe the love is one continuous stream, which is never ends.
We didn't talk about the best part of Samurai Cop 1. The captain. We didn't talk about the captain.
Fucking hell. The captain is so good. He one of the most iconic scenes from the captain is he's just like sitting in his chair. I think it's after him and Samurai Cop and Frank Washington had like a big argument, and they leave. And he sits down, he closes his eyes, he goes, "I feel like I have a club up my ass, and it's hard, and I have to find a way to get it out." I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I guarantee that was improv. That had to have
probably was.
There's no way.
Make any goddamn sense.
There's no way somebody fucking wrote that on a piece of paper and was like, "This is fucking dialogue right here." No, that came straight.
Well, I mean, that one scene when he's like, "Oh, you get out of here, motherfuckers," and then he just pauses. Apparently, he just kept going because Amir Shervan didn't yell cut, so he just kept going, and so the reason he does the long pause and then sits down and then laughs is just he didn't know what the fuck to do.
There's a lot of just like awkward silent moments in this movie.
Yeah, because nobody had any fucking idea what they were supposed to do.
Like people either like forgot what they were supposed to do, or like you said, they probably had no idea what the fuck they were supposed to do. So yeah. It's amazing this movie even got made.
I want you to bring me his head and place it on my piano. I will bring you his head and I will place it on your piano. It's so fucking good.
That's perfection right there. That's what perfection is.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to mention about this movie or Samurai Cop 2?
I mean, Samurai Cop 2 is really only for like fans, really, because it's pretty much just all fan service. They surprisingly bring everybody back. Not everyone. There's like one person they leave out, but they pretty much bring everyone else back, which is kind of impressive. It's not good. It's terribly shot. It's terribly edited. The acting in it isn't any better than the first one. Tommy Wiseau's in it, and he's a lot of fun. He's got one of the best scenes in the movie. But it's not as entertaining. It lacks the charm of the first one because I think they went into this one saying like, hey, let's make it bad. The first one was like they were trying to make a good movie, and it just sucked.
Like, does it feel like when they deliver dialogue in the second one, does it feel forced, like they're trying to be funny? Or
sometimes, yeah. There's some jokes and some lines that definitely feel,
because the majority
forced.
of Samurai Cop 1 is funny because it's awkward and it doesn't make any fucking sense. Not that it was written to be funny, it was just funny the way it was delivered and stuff like that.
I mean, Samurai Cop 2 doesn't make any fucking sense either. There's so many, like, there's weird dream sequences in it that are never fucking explained. And like,
oh, I love that. I love when movies don't explain shit.
There's this weird, like, Tommy Wiseau is having like an incestuous relationship with his sister, I guess.
What?
It's really weird and
Why
like batshit crazy. But like, it's not as like fun, like if you and I probably watched it, we could probably have fun like goofing on it or whatever. But like, I couldn't watch it by myself because it's really kind of like not fun.
That's how I feel like with the which we may talk about one day, the Tremors sequels, is that like I don't know if I could sit down and just like try to take those seriously.
Yeah,
I would have to sit down and just poop on them the entire time,
basically,
with somebody else, because they're so bad, and they're not good bad either. They're just boring.
They're pretty bad, yeah. But this is our Samurai Cop review discussion, I guess. We're 4 or 5 years behind the trend, but whatever. It's a great movie, and I love it.
We're doing a double feature today, so we just decided to do it. And it's one of Wade's favorite bad films. So.
One of my favorite films, like, of all time. This goes up there with, like, The Godfather and shit, all right? Like, fuck you.
It's like your number 3 on your list.
Yes.
It goes like Godfather, Shawshank, and then
Samurai Cop. Definitely. This is art, man. And this Blu-ray is actually like really dope. It has a ton of shit that comes with it.
Because the movie's so bad, they're like, we gotta put something worthy of your money for it. So
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Did you watch all the special features on it? And stuff?
I have. It even has the Red Letter Media interview that they did with Matt Hannon, which is actually a really good interview.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
I wouldn't recommend this to people, but
you're also an asshole.
No, I just want. If people don't watch movies a lot, I don't want them to think that this is what normal movies are like.
I mean, that's fair.
You got to recommend the good movies so people keep continuing to watch other movies and
support. I don't want anyone watching movies.
You got to support the film industry, man.
Fuck the film industry.
You want to be in the film industry. So why would you say?
I want it to just be me.
Oh, you just you?
So. Just me all the time.
That'll never happen, Wade. It might. It might with the corona.
Everybody's gonna die.
And then you'll be the only one left, and
I'll be like, "Yo, I'm the only one who knows how to work a camera.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
make Samurai Cop 3,
and you can make it the Batman.
When the fuck is Samurai Cop 3 coming out? By the way, that's apparently a thing.
Is it?
According to Matt Hannon, he was like, "Yo, I'm down to do a Samurai Cop 3, but if we're gonna do it, it needs to be like a serious movie."
But just because he's down doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
I want it, all right. I want a Samurai Cop trilogy. Could you fucking imagine that?
That's on par with the Fred trilogy.
Oh my god, yes.
I think if you emailed him and be like, "I'm a serious director looking to film your third Samurai Cop movie," he may let you do it. And to be honest,
I don't have the rights.
It'd be like, hit me up with people that got the rights and let's ask him.
Yeah.
I think he'd let you do it.
Oh,
Nobody's sitting on Samurai Cop right now. It's like, this is a fucking gold mine that we're waiting to put out. Like,
I mean, it was before they ruined it with the sequel.
No, it's not a fucking gold mine.
It was.
It's not gonna be in game for top grossing film of all time.
I mean, it could have if it had a proper release.
No, I don't think it will. No.
It could have.
Maybe one day in like 50 years they'll release it in theaters for once.
Oh,
For
and
one-
50 years from now, I feel like this will be revered as like high art.
when movies are dead.
Yeah. Everything. No, movies are just gonna be so bad back then that they're like, this is fucking amazing.
Well, that was our Samurai Cop review discussion thing, whatever this was.
Did you know I'd come home with you?
Let's just say I can read eyes.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass, and it hurts. We've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
I think that was my best quote of 2020.
Noodles don't need no soup.
Noodles don't need to have no soup.
That's how we're starting the video.